Get this show on the road. Hold, y'all. Keith Woolery, get to your spot. Not going fast enough. This ain't playtime. Dad said be careful. He's old. Dad's up in the tower and felt the need to specify that was Corey who said that, not him. We'll call you both out. Dad and Corey are both mean. Keith, we'll give you time. We don't want you to end up in a nursing home because we called you to your spot too fast. Is Scott working turn 3? Scott! Boogie! And to think Keith Woolery was the one on time tonight. Come on, Skeeter. Pick it up. Oh, how I've missed this place. How I've missed you people. Go, 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 go. Hey, in all fairness, if I have the opportunity on a Friday night to go talk somewhere for free or go talk somewhere and get paid for it, the money's going to win every time, unfortunately. Yeah. Unfortunate reality, things cost money. I can't volunteer my way into paying bills. All right now. All right, all right, all right. All right. Avery Franklin, head on up to staging, please. Avery Franklin to staging, please. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Got your stool. You got your foot set up. You're all good to go. Looking like an old man over there, Scott. And the Strider portion of the night brought to you by I Can Only Count to 4. Brought to you by Heavy Metal for Kids. We got a man down. Got a shoe off, too. We got to figure it out. It's all good. Coming at me in and out of turn number 1. Looks like we're doing one full lap for the balance bike today. The cones are not Addy Smilenich in the 826. That is Giovanni Gutierrez running 1 and 2. Looks like Grant Perrier on back to the 3 spot. 341, believe it's Max Unerstall on back to the 4. They're going to go all the way around, all the way to the stripe for a trophy in round number 1. I have a genuine scientific question. Have any of the Smilenich ever not been smiling? Ever? Specifically Addy? Because I don't think I've ever seen her without a smile on her face. Ever. Speaking of, coming all the way back to the stripe, Addison Smilenich, wire to wire, going to grab up the 1 spot on a Friday night. 826 right, Giovanni going to come on back for the 2 spot out of Independence, Missouri. That'll be your 1-2. Oh, that was Stone that lost a shoe? I would have made fun of him more if I knew that. Grant going to come on back for the 3 spot. Got a battle on the 4. Looks like Max Unerstall for the Hardcore Realty crew going to come on the 4 spot. We got trophies available at the line, too. This is for real, y'all. And Stone Bailey. Stone, you got it. Stone Bailey going to come on back for the 5 spot for the Freaky Fast crew. Also got our photographers out here. Zach Holly out there in turn number 1. Got the flash set up. He's going to be out taking cool photos all night long. Good to roll. Every so often, I think we got to change the hype song, like change the pump up song, and then when it actually comes on, I'm like, we can't change this. It's too good. We could just make it only count to four for everybody.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Hey, we got the Comets mascot out there on the front straightaway, too. Wave to the crowd, nice and big. Love to see it. Moto number 3 out on track 8 and under opens. Got slow-mo Brody Dotson, Avery Franklin, and Baby Cake Austin Miller. Total points racing on this one as they go in and out of turn number 1. Looks like Baby Cake Miller got a pretty good shot coming out of Raytown, Missouri. 6 years old, doing it for the Freaky Fast crew. Looks like Miller and Franklin out running on the 1 and 2. Slow-mo Brodo trying to find a way on by. Going to tuck it on back for the 3 as we come in and out of turn number 2 through the section. Still Miller, Franklin, Dotson in that order, stretching it out a little bit as Miller, Dotson all over the rear wheel, trying to find a way on by Franklin as we go in and out of the third and final corner. Miller looking to pick up an easy low point. Battle is on the 2-3 all the way back home. Austin Miller going to get the first low point. Dotson going to try to put on a charge. Come on by. I believe he will. Looks like Dotson for the 2 spot, Franklin for the 3. Go to moto number 3. 4 is the moto number now. 9-12 open. No boom. Hall, Eulery, Stewart, Johnson, Laredo Jr., Dotson, and Davidson. Looks like Hector Laredo, Bash, No Boom, Corbin Davidson. You're 1, 2, 3. Here comes No Boom coming around the outside. Going to shut that door. Laredo going to make the move on back in and out of turn number 3. Going to go No Boom, Laredo, Davidson, and Dotson. You're 1 through 4, taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Looks like it's going to be No Boom. Little charge from Davidson, but going to go No Boom and Laredo getting your 2 spots out of 4. 5 is a motor number. More 9-12. Duval, Davidson, Bailey, Velasquez, Murray, and Barker. Looks like Xavier Davidson and Cody Velasquez got a pretty good shot out on your 1-2. Looks like Murray and state number 2. State 2, that sole shot. Barker on back to the 4 spot down through the section right now. Taking 2 on out to the main event once again. Still Edge Racing duo out front, 1-2. Looks like Davidson and Velasquez. Murray trying to find a way on by Racing Case and trying to find a way on up in the program. Get his way into a main event, but it's all Davidson and Velasquez. You're 1-2 out of 5. Ooh, gotcha. 6, the motor number. 13 and over opens. Brad Spaboda. Jepson, Kennedy, Swoboda, Madden, Tolfree, and Combs. Looks like the captain, Madden, Tolfree, and Swoboda out of running 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here comes Tolfree on up to the 2 spot, taking 3 riders on out to the main event. Spike trying to find a way on up in the program, but it's all Kennedy, Tolfree, and Madden. You're 1, 2, 3. Those will be your transfers all the way to the stripe. They'll be putting on a show for some money in the main event later tonight. Once again, your transfer spots, the captain, Jasper Kennedy, Sugar Sean Madden, and the speed racer, Amir Tolfree. Out of motor number 6. Fun fact of the night, your moto in the gate, 17 to 20 women cruiser, has a 69-year age gap from the youngest rider to the oldest. If I hear any of you make a joke in the audience, you're fired. Setting records out here at Blue Springs BMX.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate is down on motor number 7. Got Welch, Westenauer, Franklin, Abernathy, and Luptak. Dad, this mic might be dying. All right, as we go in and out of turn number 2, looks like Luptak got a whole shot and the lead as we go in and out of turn number 2. Got Luptak, Abernathy, Welch, you're 1. Franklin out on the 4-5. Avery, you got to take it easy on your elders. Didn't you know that? It's not like your dad was telling you to try as hard as he could or anything. You should be telling her to take it easy. McKenna Luptak going to get your first transfer spot, followed up by Gina Abernathy going to get your 2 spots in the main event out of motor number 7.
Ready, watch the gate.
8 is the motor number. 9-year-old cruiser's got Whalen, the Wild Man Rourke, the Sheepdog, Weston Shepard, Bullet Hole, and Smiley Kylie Shepard. Oh, pretty good shot out of the girl in the group. Going to go Shepard. The Bullet Head Holt back to the 2 spot, looks like. Weston back to the 3 spot, and the state number 1, that is the Wild Man Rourke, on back to the 4. 5 as we go in and out of turn number 2, all the way back home. Still Shepard. Kylie Shepard, the bullet head. Weston Shepard, your 1, 2, and 3, taking one rider on out to the main event. Kylie stretching it on out just a little bit as we go in and out of the third and final corner all the way back home. Still one spot up for grabs, wire to wire, some authority for Smiley Kylie. She's going to get your one and only spot in the main event. Off the pedals after the line, got back on it quick. 9 number 10-year-old cruisers got Noboom, Duval, Murray, Hawthorne, and Stewart. Bash got a pretty good shot. He's got Raising Kaysen and Big Mac Duval running on the 2-3 team on right there, trying to find a way. Going to try to Hawthorne trying to slide on up to the 4 spot, going to have to settle on back, but it's single file for the top 3 out front. Got Noboom, Murray, and Duval. 2 riders going on out to the main event. Big Mac trying to find a way on up in the program. Big wheels and all, but it's all Racing Kaysen. And Bash Noboom going to be your 1-2 getting the spots out of motor number 9. 10 is the motor number, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. 13 cruisers got Benjamin Fetch, Colin Hughes, Cody Velasquez, and Dill Pickle Harris. Looks like 6 rides sitting out front. Colin Hughes doing it for the bikes for the likes of us. Crew out of O'Fallon, Missouri. Got Velasquez on back to the 2 spot. Fetch on back to the 3. Dill Pickle back to the 4 spot. Taking one rider on out to a main event out of this one. Little charge out of Velasquez, but it's all Colin Hughes wire to wire out of motor number 10. 11's the moto number. Pretty good shot out of Stafford, but it's all spikes as we come in and out of turn number 1. Still, Gospel Stafford, Golden Peddler, tier 1, 2, and 3. Brody, I felt on 2 wheels, Freaky Fast, and AOT, your top 3 as we go in and out of the third and final corner, single file all the way back home. That's how it's going to go. Svoboda going to go wire to wire, a little pressure from the young gun, grab up a 1 spot. Stafford going to get the deuce. Harris for the 3. They'll do it all 3 times. More total points racing out of motor number 12. 46 50-year-old cruisers got Abernathy, Brown, and Hughes. Corey Brown sitting out front right now. Chad Abernathy, super smooth, trying to find a way on by. They're going to go single file out of turn number 2. See if Abernathy can find a way on by through the section. These two been duking it out all year long. Abernathy got a shot at that inside line. Brown going to let him go a little bit. We got a drag race coming all the way back home. Corey said I left it a little too open coming all the way back home. Going to go Abernathy, Brown. Hughes, your 1, 2, and 3, setting up a heck of a night for those 3. Get loud, ladies and gentlemen. 2 racks of 5 and under novice tonight. Got Milani Uterez, Matthias Tierney, Addison Smilenich, Blake Dotson, the Hustler, Georgia Campbell, and Olivia Hudson. In and out of turn number 1. That might be a Smilenich out front on this one as we come in and out of turn number 1. Get a glimpse. Yep, I can see that smile from a mile away. Going to go Smilenich out on the 1 spot. 9:30 right on back to the 2 spot. Olivia Hudson. Looks like the Hustler, Campbell on back to 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. The Hustler, feed her off the pedals for Campbell. Get back on it. She got back on nice and quick. Lost 1 spot, though. 754 came on by. That was Milani. Tucked the front turn 2. Going to get Milani picked back on up. She's back up on her feet. Everybody give her a hand. That puts the Hustler back on into the 3 spot, but it's only top 2 going on out to the main event. Looks like Smilenich and Hudson still stretching it on out. Addie going to go wire to wire after a big shot, new Edge Racing acquisition. Avery Franklin to staging. Avery Franklin to staging, please and thank you. Smilenich going to get a transfer spot. And Olivia Hudson going to get that 2nd spot.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Whoa. 14 is the motor number, 5 and under novice. 2nd rack got Cooper Thorson, Brecken Murray, Maggie Welch, Zoe Holly, Rosie Malone, and Lincoln Rao. Welch got a pretty good shot. That might have been Rao making a move on by as we come in and out of turn number 1. See what we got. 764 ride. That's Lincoln Rao sitting out front. Got Welch back to the 2 spot. Looks like Cooper Thorson on back to the. That's Holly back to the 4 spot. Taking 2 riders on out. Once again, got Rao and Welch out on your 1-2. Whole lot of pressure from Thorson. Followed up by Malone and Murray. Pretty tight through the section. 4 riders right up in the mix for 2 spots as we go in and out of the third and final corner all the way back home. Let's see if Welch can hold off the charge coming out of Thorson and Holly all the way back to me. Lincoln Rao got a pretty safe gap. He's going to hold it down all the way back to the stripe for 1 transfer spot. And feet stand on the pedals. Maggie Welch going to get that 2nd spot out of 14. 15 is the motor number, 7-year-old novice guy, Jack Murphy, Abram Hudson, Edwin Welch, Elliott Fast, Edit Bailey, Katie Johnson, and Braxton Rapp. Pretty good shot out of Welch, in and out of turn number 1, took the inside line, picked up every crank he could. He's got a whole lot of the 745 right in the back mirror. That's Braxton Rao. Rao going to shut down a charge out of the 884 route on the 3 spot. Katie looks like fast-headed Bailey on back to the 4 spot. So it's Welch, Rao, Johnson, and Elliott, your top 4. I went last name, first name. Words are hard.
Attention.
Taking 3 riders on out. Fast-headed Bailey trying to find a way on by. Top 3 separating just a little bit. All the way back to me. Welch going to get a spot. Rao going to get a spot. And Johnson going to get a spot out of 15. Turn the page on over to 16, 8-year-old novice out. Be the vibe deal. Henry Osborne, Layla Gutierrez, and Remy Robinson. Looks like Vivi the vibe sitting out front right now. That's Deal, followed by the 550 ride, Remy Robinson. Out on your 1-2, taking 1 rider on out to the main event. We come down through the second. Everybody got their hoodies on, staying nice and warm. Henry on back to the 3 spot. Layla on back to the 4. Oh, move being made maybe right here. Deal left that door open just a little bit. Remy Robinson going to come on by. Try to stretch it on out all the way back to the stripe. Taking 1 rider on out to the main event. Deal going to try to find a way back on into the main event. Nope. Going to be Remy Robinson getting that 1 and only spot out of 16. Lost one over there in turn number 1. Getting him picked on up. 17's the motor number now. 10-year-old novice got Roman Pavon. Haley is Emma Smilenich and Colleen Beanie Welch. Looks like Smilenich Welch out on the 1. Right now Velasquez on back to the 3. Getting Roman checked out over there in turn number 1. But we're only taking 1 rider on out to the main event, wire to wire on this one. Smilenich with some authority going to grab that 1 and only spot in the main event. Going to go Smilenich for the 1 spot. Here comes Welch and Velasquez on the 2-3, getting Roman back up on his feet. Give him a hand, everybody. Get a lap back up on his feet. I know it's cold, but you guys can get your arms up, right? Surely. There we go. Finish it out, Roman.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Proud kid moment over here, seeing all the kids up behind the gate clapping as well. Good job, guys. Is down to motor number 18 is the motor number 11-year-old novice. Got Lando Eulery, Frank Opfer, Winston the Hunter Rogers, and Ethan Malone. Pretty good shot out of, I believe that's the Hunter Rogers got. Lando Eulery right in the hip pocket. That's how it's going to go. Got Rogers and Eulery running 1 and 2. 897 right on back to the 3 spot. Hank Opfer and Malone on back to the 4 spot. Single file action right now. 1 spot up for grabs. Orlando Eulery not letting the Hunter stretch it out at all. He's all over the rear wheel trying to find a way on by.
Attention.
See if Lando can make anything happen. Stretching the white line in and out of turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the stripe. The Hunter got a pretty good drive off turn number 3. See if Winston can hold off a charge out of Eulery all the way back home. Nice and close at the line. The Hunter holding by a hair. Going to be Rogers up that 1 and only spot in the main event. 19 now the motor number. Pretty good shot out of Riley King as we go in and out of turn number 1. Got King followed by Dill Pickle Harris running 1 and 2. 741 back on back to the 3 spot. That's Henry Jepson. Looks like Lucero trying to find a way onto the foot is off the pedals. You know, if you don't try to that didn't happen. 603 ride going to move on back to the 4 spot instead. That's Henderson. So it's King right now. All kinds of pressure out of Dill Pickle Harris. We come all the way back home. 2 spots up for grabs in the main event. Here comes Jepson trying to find a way on up to the 3 spot, but it's all King and Dill Pickle getting your first 2 spots. 603 ride going to pop on by to get that 3rd and final spot in the main event. That's Liam Henderson. So King and Harris. Their transfers out of 19, 20 number 15-year-old novice. Got King Henry Campbell, Tyler Malone, and Blake Laney. Looks like King Henry sitting out front right now, followed up by Laney and Mr. Red, White, and Blue, who's not wearing his red, white, and blue pants right now. Way to make me look good. Single file down through the section still. Campbell sitting out front, doing it out of Blue Springs, Missouri. No sponsor next to his name yet. Maybe there should be. Coming all the way back home. Low point racing on this one. Henry going to get a 1 spot going into the next 2 rounds. Blake Laney going to get on back for a 2 spot. Malone going to grab up a 3 out of motor number 20. There we go. 21, the motor number 16-year-old intermediate. It's got Piper Harves, Cabo Hall, and Baby Cake Miller. Looks like Miller and Cabo Hall out running 1 and 2. Harves on back to the 3 spot. Total points racing on this one. They're going to do it like this all night long. Looks like Baby Cake doing it for the Freaky Fast crew, still stretching it on out just a little bit. He's got Carnage KCR colors of Cabo Hall right in the rearview mirror trying to make something happen. Grab up a low point going into the rest of the evening all the way back to us, but nobody's catching Baby Cake tonight. Going to go Miller for the 1 spot. Kasem Hall going to come on home for the 2. Piper Harv's going to get the 3 out of motor number 21. 22, the motor number 7-year-old intermediate. It's got Smile, and it's Daly and Ullery. Nacho Ullery got a pretty good shot right now. It's all Jackson Smile, and it's right up on that left side trying to play on by, sitting in the hip pocket through 2 straightaways.
Attention.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Oh, here comes Smile, and it's white line in and out of turn number 3. Going to try to find a way on by. Now it's Smile, and it's Ullery. Daly, you're 1, 2, 3, racing for low points. Every spot counts. See if Nacho can get him back as we go down all the way back to the stripe. Not quite enough. Going to go Smile, and it's Ullery. Daly, you're 1, 2, and 3. Shake things up a little bit there, Jackson. 23 now, the motor number 9-year-old intermediates. Guys, Shepard, Campbell, Surratt, Rourke, Hall, Hodges, Dotson, and Unerstall. Smiley out front again. We saw this earlier in the night, followed up by Fetty Hall and the man Rourke running 1, 2, 3, and 4. Surratt on back to the 4 spot. Looks like State 4 right. That's Hunter Hodges on back to the 5. We're taking 3 riders on out to the main event. The Wild Man trying to find a way on by, but it's all Smiley Kiley and Saucony Fetty Hall all running on your 1 and 2. Here comes the Gold Cup 1, the Wild Man Rourke back to the 3. They're going to stretch it way on out, coming back to the stripe. Going to go Shepard, Hall, and Rourke, your 1, 2, and 3. 24 now, the number 10-year-old intermediate's got Noki Belcher, Big Mac Duval, Franklin Weberg, and Team Money, Trenton Stewart. Looks like Duval and Stewart out on your 1, 2. Here comes Weberg on back to the 3, followed up by Noke Belcher trying to find a way on as well. Belcher going to try to squeeze off that outside line. Weberg going to fight on back, move on up to the 3, hold his line. Going to go Big Mac and Team Money still out running single file out on the 1, 2. Here comes Weberg and Belcher still doing all kinds of battle, taking 1 rider on out to the main event. See if Team Money can make anything happen. Slide on by his teammate down through the last straightaway. Pretty good drive. See what we got. Drag race coming all the way back home. A little bobble out of Team Money. Going to give that spot to Duval. First and only spot out of 24. 25 now, the motor number 11-year-old intermediates. Chase Mode Curly, JoJo Biondi, and the whole shot Brady Barker. Looks like Chase Mode Curly followed up by whole shot Barker out running 1 and 2. Biondi on back to the 3 spot. Tight racing out of these guys. They're going to go 1, 2, 3 single file as Chase, Brady, and JoJo running on your 1, 2, 3. Here comes Barker trying to find a way on by as we go in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Whole shot trying everything in the book. Not quite going to be able to get by through 3 corners. He's got 1 more straightaway to do it. Settle for style points all the way back home. Going to go Curly, Barker, and Biondi here 1, 2, 3 out of a total points 25. 26, the motor number 12-year-old intermediate's got Hunter Conklin, Tucker Robinson, Action Jackson Lester, and London Johnson. Looks like we had a pretty good shot out of Robinson, but it's London Johnson as we go in and out of turn number 2. Got Johnson, Robinson, Conklin, you're 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Action Jackson on back to the 4. Got a good one coming. London trying to hold that inside line. He's got all the pressure in the world from Robinson, taking 1 rider on out to the main event. Robinson going to come on by. Tucker going to come on by for that 1 and only transfer spot. London's like, I didn't know getting slower. 27, the motor number 13 intermediate's got Smile, and Skaggs, Johnson, Odell, Lynn, and Welch. Pretty good shot out of A.J. Johnson, followed up by Smolinich, Odell, Welch, here 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed up by Fetch, Skaggs.
Attention.
Thomas Robinson to staging. On this one going to be Johnson, Smilenich, and Odell getting your transfer spots out of 27. Now the moto number. Got 14 intermediates, Caden Kohler, Mark Schlotzauer, and the Golden Peddler, Dakota Harris. Got the Golden Peddler with a whole shot sitting out front right now, followed up by Kohler and Schlotzauer. They're going to go single file down through the 2 straightaway, in and out of the 2nd corner, trying to grab up a low point on around number 1.
Attention.
Doing it for the AOT crew out of Blue Springs, Missouri, stretching it on out just a little bit. Kohler, the Bicycle Shack crew, trying to inch him in just a little bit. Close, but no cigar. Still going to go Harris with the 1 spot. Total points on this one. Going to go Kohler for the 2, Schlotzauer for the 3 out of 28. 29, the motor number 16-year-old intermediates. Got Kyle Velasquez, Emerson Cheese Dust Paboda, the smooth operator, Adam Wise. Got Velasquez, Cheese Dust, and Wise out running on 1, 2, 3 right now. Velasquez stretching it out just a bit. Cheese Dust keeping him close.
Attention.
Still single file action down through the section. Total points on this one. They're going to do it all night long, trying to grab a low point, set themselves up well for the rest of the evening. Kyle Velasquez is going to do it the best way possible, put himself on 1 point going into round number 2, followed up by Spaboda for the 2 spot, Wise for the 3. 30 is motor number 41 to 45 intermediate. It's got Lars Jepsen, Thomas Robinson, Miss Kitty Westenauer, and Grant Bradshaw. Got Bradshaw and Robinson out on the 1, 2. Looks like Jepsen on back. Miss Kitty on back to the 4. One rider going on out to the main event all the way back home. Bradshaw got the whole shot, going to hold it down all the way back to the stripe. Going to go Bradshaw for your one and only transfer spot. The 30.
Ready, watch the gate.
31 is the motor number. 12-year-old girls expert. Got Tatum Tot Wellborn, Rye Brown, and Mackenzie Roberts. Oh, pretty good shot out of Fly Rye Brown. Going to try to hold Wellborn out on the outside. Mac Roberts going to slide on by too. Wellborn got a little bit of work to do as we go down through the second straightaway. Still, Brown comes Wellborn on back to the 2 spot. Roberts on back to the 3. Fly Rye got it. The mirror full of Tatum Wellborn trying to find a way on by. Going to find that inside line. White line down through the third straightaway. Right on by. Thank you. Going to move on up to the 1 spot. Total points on this one. Every spot's going to count all night long. Fly Rye trying to find a way back on by. Tatum Toss says, no, thank you. I want that 1 spot. Going to go Wellborn, Brown, Roberts, your 1, 2, 3 out of 31. 32, the motor number. Sheepdog, Weston Shepard, Elijah Holly, and Kane, the Hulk Combs. The Hulk got a pretty good shot in turn number 1, but the Sheepdog going to come freaky fast. Shepard. Going to go Shepard.
Attention.
Shepard, Combs, Holly, your 1, 2, 3, still single file down through the section. Total points on this one, once again, they're going to do it all night long, all 3 rounds. Every spot's going to count. Shepard stretching it out just a little bit. The Hulk trying to hold off a charge out of Holly. That's how it's going to go. Going to go Shepard for 1 point. Combs grabbing up 2. Holly for 3s out of 32. 33, the 9-year-old experts got Welty, Bailey, Bowie, Moorhead, and Howard. Looks like the freight train of Bowie out front right now by Juice Box and T running 2, 3 freaky fast colors, followed by Howard and 15 right on back to the 5 spot. Welty.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
All the way back to the line. 2 spots up for grabs in a main event. Bowie going to grab up 1 spot with some authority along with Juice Box Bailey on back for that 2nd spot out of 33. 34 the motor number, going to go on up to 10 experts. 34 is the motor number. Got Case and Murray, Ivan Kemp, Bayaquads Dotson, Edric Hawthorne, Creighton Harv, Sawyer Penny, and Bash Noteboom. Hawthorne had a pretty good shot. Noteboom going to do what he does best. Come on by going into turn number 2. Got Noteboom, Hawthorne, Murray, Harv, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by Kent, Penny, and Dotson.
Attention.
Nice and tight racing right here. Looks like Kent going to find a way on by past Harvs as we go in and out of turn number 3. Still Noteboom stretching it on out. Racing Kaysen trying to get on by Hawthorne. 3 spots up for grabs in the main event. Going to go Noteboom, Hawthorne. Once again, Noteboom, Hawthorne, and Murray. Your out of 34. 35, the motor number. 11-year-old experts. God, Davidson, Laredo Jr., and Cooper, the real deal. Going to go Davidson, deal. Davidson, Laredo. Wow. My microphone does not want me to work. Justin, does it just not want me back? Did it work well for you?
Okay, riders, random start.
Bea Dotson, you need a B on your plate for the next round. Bea Dotson, you need a B on your plate. Oh, never mind. Kaysen Murray, I'm sorry. Kaysen Murray. 35. Davidson going to get a 1 spot. Laredo Jr. on back for a 2. The real deal for a 3. 36, a motor 13. Got the Nightmare, Liam Taylor, Colin Hughes, Patrick Couts, the Hurricane, Campbell, and Corbin Davidson. Looks like Hughes, the Hurricane, and Couts running 1, 2, and 3, followed up by the Nightmare and Davidson taking 2 riders on out to the main event. The Hurricane trying to find a way on by, but they're both going on out to a main event if they can hold off Couts. All the way back home, going to be Hughes and Campbell getting your transfer spots out of 36. Good to see Mr. Colin Hughes up here on a Friday night. 37, the motor number. Pretty good shot at a... Whoa, I'm missing a sheet. Believe that's Combs, Wiseman, and Ashley out of 1, 2 points racing on this one. Looks like Combs sitting out front right now. Wiseman trying to find a way on by as we go in and out of turn number 3. The Bicycle Shack rider trying to hold off the whole wide world as we come in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Ashley trying to find a way to move on up in the program. It's all going to be Cash Combs back to me. Going to go Combs, Wiseman, Ashley, you're 1, 2, and 3. Didn't have a sheet for that. I want to apologize if I missed a name. And another one I don't have a sheet for. Looks like the captain, Jasper Kennedy, sitting out front right now, followed up by Luptack and Stafford down through the 2 straightaway. Man, can you guys, race? I know it's late in the year. Nobody cares, but, come on.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
Kennedy,
Watch the
Luptak,
gate.
Stafford, still your 1, 2, and 3. Sandbagger, Sandbagger, Sandbagger. At the line, going to go Luptak, Stafford, Kennedy, your 1, 2, and 3. All right, Sugashawn, Madden, Amir, Tolfree outrunning 1 and 2 as we come in the second corner. Looks like Tolfree, Brown, Novotny, Nash. That's your 1 through 5, taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Looks like Sugashawn, Madden, and Amir, Tolfree, the on 2 wheels boys, outrunning 1, 2, and 3. This is motor number 39. All the way back home, going to go Madden, Tolfree, your transfer spots out of 39. That'll do it for round number 1, everybody. Head on over to concessions. Hooah.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bam, gate drops down on motor number 3. 8 and under opens. Got Slomo Brodo, Dotson, Avery Franklin, and Baby Cake Austin Miller. Pretty good shot out of Dotson as we go in and out of turn number 1. God, Dotson, Miller, Franklin, you're 1, 2, and 3. Dotson trying to mix things up just a little bit on the points for the night as we go down through the 2 straightaway still. Dotson, Miller. Grant Bradshaw to staging. Grant Bradshaw to stage. Still, Dotson, Miller, Franklin, you're 1, 2, and 3 as we go down through the 3 straightaway, trying to mix up the points just a little bit. Baby K trying to find every move in the book, get his way on by. There he goes, found his opening in turn number 3. Dotson going to put on a drag race all the way back to the stripe. Got a good one coming at us all the way back home. Going to go Miller, Dotson, Franklin, you're 1, 2, and 3. The moto number 3. 4 is the moto number now. Got 9 to 12 opens. Got Hall, Hewlery, Stewart, Dotson, Davidson. Looks like Corbin Davidson, Bayquat Dotson out on the 1, 2, followed by Team Money Stewart and Fetty Hall running 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Man, 2 riders? Gonna go Davidson and Dotson getting your 2 transfer spots out of that one. Grant Bradshaw to staging. Grant Bradshaw to staging. Last call, Grant Bradshaw. 5 is the motor number. 9 to 12 opens. Got Duval, Bailey, Murray, and Barker. Looks like Racing Case and Murray, Juicebox, Bailey out running 1 and 2 right now, followed up by Barker and Duval, taking 2 riders on out to the main event of this one. Big Mac going to find his way on up to the 3 spot. He's got a little more work to do. 1 more spot up for grabs. Racing Case and Murray going to run away with this one. Juicebox trying to hold on tight for the 2 spot. That's how it's going to go. Going to go Murray and Bailey getting your second 2 spots out of 5.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
13 and overs.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bam, gate drops down on motor number 6. 13 over opens. Got Cheese Dust Svoboda, Grant Bradshaw, Lars Jepsen, Svoboda, and Cash Money Combs. Pretty good shot out of Spike Svoboda as we go in and out of turn number 1. Gas, Svoboda, Bradshaw, Combs. You're 1, 2, 3. Cheese Dust Svoboda on back to the 4 spot. Jepsen on back to the 5. Taking 4 spots out of this one. Looks like Svoboda and Bradshaw holding on nice and easy to those 1, 2 spots. Here comes Combs and Cheese Dust Svoboda up in the mix. Jepsen trying to mix it up a little bit, move on up into that top 4. Combs going to make a move happen, going to slide on up to the 2 spot as we go in and out of the 3rd and final corner. They're both going on out to the main event, wanting to put on a show anyways. Going to go Svoboda, Combs, Bradshaw, and Svoboda, your transfer spots out of 6. Seven is the motor number. 17 to 20-year-old women cruisers. Got Welch, Westenauer, and Franklin. Looks like Gabby Welch and Avery Franklin out on the 1, 2. I just saw Avery's wheel kick out like 6 inches to her right. She's little, and she's already putting that much power down. Still got Welch and Franklin out on the 1, 2. Miss Kitty on back to the 3 spot.
Attention.
The answer when Miss Kitty is out on track out here is the greatest thing in the world. Never fails to make me chuckle a little bit as we go all the way back down to the stripe. Looks like Gabby Welch going to take this one wire to wire, move on up into the main event along with Avery Franklin. Those are going to be your 1, 2 transfers out of 7. 8 is the motor number now. 9-year-old cruisers got the Wild Man Rourke, the Bullet Head, Braden Holt, and looks like Weston Shepard out on your 1, 2, and 3. Looks like the Bullet Head and Shepard out on 1, 2. Wild Man on the outside looking in now. Taking 2 riders on out to the main event. What you see is what you get. This one is not total points. Top 2 going on out. The Bullet Head trying to hold off the whole wide world coming after him. Here comes the Sheepdog on the inside line trying to find a way on by. The Bullet Head going to shut him on down still. Holt, Shepard, your 1, 2. Here comes the Wild Man O'Rourke trying to find a way on up in the program. A freaky fast rider going out either way you slice it. The Bullet Head going to hold on for a spot, and Weston Shepard going to get a spot out of motor number 8. Good racing to the wild, man. 9, the motor number, 10-year-old cruisers taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Got Hawthorne and Big Mac Duval out there right now running 1 and 2. Team Money on the outside looking in, trying to find a way to move on up in the program. Single file down through the section. Got Freaky Fast Colors followed up by 2 Purple Heart Riders running 2, 3. Big Mac trying to hold off his teammate. Team Money trying every trick in the book to get on by. Back to me, a little bit of style out of EJ Hawthorne going to move on up in the program along with Big Mac Duval, your 1-2. 10, the motor number, a little bigger, a little faster. 13-year-old cruisers got Fetch, Velasquez, and Harris. Looks like Cody Velasquez and Benjamin Fetch running 1 and 2. Dill Pickle Harris on back to the 3 spot, taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one as well. Not total points. Top 2 moving on up in the program. Looks like Edge Racing Colors and the AOT Colors running 1, 2. And AOT back to the 3 spot. Velasquez going to get a spot, and Benjamin Fetch going to get a spot out of motor number 10. 11 is the motor number, 17, 20 cruisers. Got Spaboda, Stafford, and Harris. Spaboda sitting out front on this one, followed up by Brody Stafford and the Golden Peddler, Dakota Harris running 1, 2, and 3. Single file down through the section. Got on 2 wheels colors, followed up by Freaky Fast and AOT. Total points racing on this one, hunting for low points all day long. Spike got a 1 in round number 1. He'll grab it up in round number 2 as well, along with Stafford back to the 2 spot once again. Harris back for another 3. 12 is the motor number now. Looked like Abernathy might have had a whole shot. Brown going to put that inside move on him. Got Corey Brown, Chad Abernathy, and Carl Hughes running 1, 2, and 3. Abernathy got a peek at that inside line. Going to try to make a move happen. Going to tuck it on back for the 2 spot. Down through the 3rd straightaway. Single file. See if Abernathy can make that inside line once again. Corey did a bit better job of blocking it as we go into turn number 3. Abernathy going to try to get a shot, but the defense was a little bit better. Going to tie this one up going on into the main event. Elliott Bailey to staging. Elliott Bailey head on up to staging. That one is going to go Corey Brown. That one going to go Brown for the 1, Abernathy for the 2, Hughes for another 3 out of 12. Tying it up. 13's the motor number, 5 and under novice. Get nice and loud for him, ladies and gentlemen. Got Milani, Matthias, Blake, and Georgia, the Hustler Campbell. Trying to get a peek of a couple of number plates in and out of turn number 2. A54 coming back to me. That's Matthias Tierney coming to KCMO, leading him down through the 3rd straightaway rhythm section. Looks like Milani on back to the 2 spot. Got the Hustler holding on to the 3 spot. Blake Dotson trying to find a way to move on up into the program. 3 years old out here on pedals. Go, go, go. Go, pedal fast, pedal so fast. Go, go, go.
Attention.
All the way back down to the stripe. Looks like Tierney going to get 1 transfer spot into a main event. Milani going to try to get that 2nd spot in the main event, taking only 2 riders on out. Oh, we lost Blake. Get back on it. Feeder back on. Go, go. Love to see it. Transfer spots out of that for Milani and Matthias. Great racing out of the Hustler and Blake Dotson. 14, the motor number now, 5 and under novice once again. Got Murray, Holly, Malone, and Ralph. Lincoln Ralph sitting out front right now, followed up by Zoe Holly. It's like Lee Malone back to the 3 spot. Oh, that's Cooper out on the 1 spot. I'm sorry. That's Cooper Thorson and Zoe Holly running 1 and 2. Taking 2 riders on out to the main event once again. Still got Thorson and Holly out on the 1, 2. Malone on back to the 3 spot along with Breck and Murray on back to the 4.
Attention.
That's how it's going to go. Top 2, Cooper Thorson going to get a spot, and Zoe Holly going to get a spot out of 14. Great racing to all the 5 and under novice today. Love to see the big classes near full gates, multiple racks laid into the season, into the cold season. 15, the motor number now, 7-year-old novice got, let's see, I got new sheets here. There we go. Fast-headed Bailey sitting out front right now. 918 ride. That's Abram Hudson on back to the 2 spot. 760 ride. Jack Murphy on back to the 3. Am I missing one? Looks like I'm missing one. I'm not? Oh, I see. I see. We do have 3. It's a boat ride, y'all. They're all going to the main event tonight. Elliott Bailey going to come on across for the 1 spot. Abram Hudson going to come on back for the 2. Jack going to come on back for the 3. They're all going to move on up to the main event out of 15.
ready, watch the gate.
$16 is the motor number. 8-year-old novice got Vivi the Vibe Deal. Got a pretty good shot in and out of turn number 1, followed by Henry and Layla on back to the 2-3. See if I got the order right. I did get the order right. Henry back to the 2 spot. Layla back to the 3 spot. Single file as we go in and out of turn number 2. Getting 2 riders on out to the main event. This one is not total points. Got Deal and Osborne stretching it on out just a little bit.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
In and out of turn number 3. Still Vivian Deal going to go just about wire to wire on this one. Got 2 jumps to go to bring it on home. 2 riders going to the main event once again. Looks like it's going to be Deal and Osborne. Just got to hold on tight to the stripe. That's how they're going to go. Vivi the Vibe going to get a spot. Henry Osborne going to get a spot in the main event. Good race into Layla out of motor number 16. 17, the motor number 10-year-old novice guy, Roman Pavon, Haley Velasquez, and Colleen Beanie Welch. Looks like Pavon and Velasquez out on the 1-2 right now. Welch on back to the 3 spot, taking 2 riders on out to the main event. What you see is what you get. It's as they cross on this one. Got Roman Pavon took a little spill in turn number 1 in the first round. He's right back up and running, leading this one as they go into the 3rd and final corner. Velasquez had the inside line. Beanie Welch going to slide on by for that 2 spot as we come all the way back home. 2 jumps to go. Welch trying to go from 3rd to 1st on this one as we come all the way back to me. See if she can make it happen. Nice and close to the stripe. Pavon and Welch going to get your 2 transfer spots. Nice racing. 18, the motor number, 11-year-old novice guy, Lando Eulery, Hank Opfer, and Ethan Malone. Lando Eulery sitting out front on this one, followed up by Hank Opfer running back to the 2 spot. Malone on back to the 3, taking 2 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Once again, this is not total points.
Okay, riders,
Pretty good gap for Lando Eulery, doing it for the Donut Factory at least Summit, Missouri, coming all the way back home. That's how it's going to go. Eulery going to get a spot. Hank Opfer hanging on tight for that 2nd spot, trying to bring it home all the way back to the stripe, and he will. Those will be your 2 transfer spots out of motor number 18. Good race into Ethan Malone. 19 is motor number 13. Novice. Got Lucero, Visnich, Jepson, and Harris. Looks like the A71 right sitting out front right now. Skylar Visnich followed up by the 603. That's Liam Henderson on back to the 2 spot.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
Nice tight race on Lucero on the outside looking in, trying to find a way on up in the program as we come all the way back down through the 4th and final straightaway. Visnich going to get a spot. Henderson going to get a spot. And the 741 by just a little. Jepson going to hold on for that 3rd and final spot. Out at 19-20, the motor number looked like King Henry leading them down through the 3 straightaway, followed up by Laney and Tyler Malone. They're running 1, 2, and 3 single file as we go down through the section. 20, the motor number on this one. Total points race, and King Henry going to get a 2nd ace through 2 rounds. Laney going to come up with 2 2s. Malone on the 3s out of motor number 20. Even points going into the main event. Same results for those 3. 21, the motor number now. Welcome to the intermediate class. Got Piper Harves, K-Bo Hall, and Baby Cake Miller. Pretty good shot out of Miller, leading him down through the 1st straightaway as he did in round number 1. K-Bo Hall running back to the 2 spot. Harves on back to the 3. Single file action. Harves, the newer intermediate, trying to find a way on up. Mix it up with the fast cats down through the 3rd straightaway. Single file on this one. K-Bo Hall got his hands full. Harves trying to find a way on by, but it's all Baby Cake Miller stretching it way on out as we go in and out of turn number 3. Harves trying to find a way to tie up the points of K-Bo Hall. They got a drag race coming all the way back to the stripe, but nobody's touching Austin Miller on this one. Going to come up with 2 aces through 2 rounds. K-Bo Hall going to hold on for another 2 spot. Harves for another 3 out of motor number 21. 22 is the motor number. 7-year-old intermediates got Smilenich, Daly, and Eulery. Pretty good shot out of Jackson Smilenich. Here comes Seth Daly trying to move on up to the 2 spot. Eulery going to slide on back to the 3. Got Smilenich, Daly, Eulery. You're 1, 2, and 3 trying to mix things up a little bit after a wild round number 1 as well. In and out of turn number 3. Daly going to try to find a way to move on up to the 1 spot. Smilenich still sitting out front. Smilenich trying to have a perfect 2 rounds. Daly trying to play spoiler. Going to go Smilenich, Daly, and Eulery. You're 1, 2 out of 22. 23, the motor number. 9-year-old intermediates. Got Campbell, Surratt, Rourke, Hodges, and Unerstall. Looks like Aiden Surratt sitting out front right now, followed up by Wild Wild West Unerstall. Looks like Lightning Campbell on back to the 3 spot. Might be Hodges on back to the 4. Dotson trying to find a way on up into the mix, taking 4 riders on out to the main event out of this one.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
All the way back to me. Surratt going to grab up a spot along with Unistal, Campbell, and Hodges, your 1, 2, 3. '24 now, the motor number 10-year-old intermediate's got Belcher, Stewart, and Weberg. Looks like Team Money sitting out front right now, followed up by Noak Belcher. Franklin Weberg on back to the 3 spot, trying to find a way to play spoiler, taking 2 riders on now to the main event. What you see is what you get on this one. A black and red on all 3 as we come in and out of the 3rd and final corner. Belcher tried to put on a charge to move on up to the 1 spot, but the top 2 are going on out. Team Money going to get a spot, and Noak Belcher going to get a spot out of motor number 24. Good race into Franklin Weberg. 24, the motor, 25, the motor number now, moving on over to 11 intermediates. Got Chase Mode Curley, JoJo Biondi, and Whole Shot Brady Barker. Looks like Barker and Curley out running 1 and 2 right now. Biondi on back to the 3 spot, trying to tie things up on points. Curley trying to lock in 2 aces through 2 rounds. Not quite going to have enough through turn 3. He's got to make it happen down the last straightaway all the way back home. Whole Shot Barker trying to hold on nice and tight all the way back to me. Going to go Barker for a 1 spot, Curley for a 2, Biondi for a 3, tying up those top 3 going into the main event. 26, motor number 12-year-old intermediates got Conklin, Lester, and Johnson. Looks like Hunter Conklin sitting out front right now, followed up by London Johnson, Action Jackson on back to the 3 spot. 2 riders going on out to a main event out of this one. What you see is what you get out of the top 2. Action Jackson trying to put his name in the hat, move on up into the program, into the main event. But it's all Conklin and Johnson stretching it on out just a little bit as we come out of turn number 3. Might be home free. Action Jackson going to take a seat coming back to the 4th straightaway. They're really home free now. Going to go Conklin and Johnson, your 2 transfer spots out of 26. 27, the motor number, 13-year-old intermediates. Got Fetch and Welch out running 1 and 2, followed up by Skaggs and Lynn. Taking 3 riders on out to the main event out of this one. Still Benjamin Fetch, Adelaide Welch, Corbin Skaggs running 1, 2, and 3. Lynn on the outside looking in, trying to find a way on up. But it's all Benjamin Fetch coming out of turn number 3, wire to wire on this one, trying to lock in a spot in the jam-packed 13 intermediate main event. That's how it's going to go. Benjamin Fetch going to get a spot. Adelaide Welch going to get a spot. And Corbin Skaggs going to get a spot out of 27. 20 now, 14-year-old intermediate. Caden Kohler, the Golden Peddler Harrison, Mark Schlotzauer. Got the Golden Peddler sitting out front right now, trying to lock in 2 1s through 2 rounds, followed up by Kohler and Schlotzauer, running the same order they were in round number 1. In and out of turn number 3, Schlotzauer trying to mix things up just a little bit. Pretty good run on Kohler all the way back to the stripe. See if he's got enough to flip things up a little bit. Going to go the Golden Peddler wire to wire once again, followed by Kohler for another 2 spots, Schlotzauer for another 3. Out of 28, 29's the motor number, 16-year-old intermediates got Velasquez, Cheese Dust Baboda, and the smooth operator Adam Wise. Velasquez sitting out front right now in and out of turn number 2, followed by Cheese Dust Baboda, smooth operator Wise out running 1, 2, and 3, single file through the section.
Here, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Cheese Dust. Coming all the way back to the stripe, a little bit of authority for Velasquez. Going to grab up yet another ace. Cheese Dust going to get yet another 2. Smooth operator for a 3 out of 29. 30, the motor number, 41, 45 intermediates, taking 2 riders on out to the main event. Got Jepson, Robinson, and Miss Kitty Weston now are running 1, 2, and 3. Man, haven't we had this discussion? Y'all got to take it easy on Miss Kitty. She's royalty. She steps in here, you guys let her win. That's the way that goes. Miss Kitty, we got to get you some more wins. No, I had to. Robinson going to come on back for 1 transfer spot. Jepson going to come back for the 2nd one out of motor number 30.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Side note,
random
I haven't
start.
been here for a handful of Friday nights in a row now, but I hear Miss Kitty's been here somewhat regularly for a little while now. Love to see that. Sawyer Penny to staging. Sawyer Penny head on up to staging. 31, the motor number 12 for ladies experts. Got Tatum Todd Wellborn, Riley Fly Rye Brown, and Mac Roberts. Got Brown and Wellborn out on the 1, 2. Roberts back to the 3. Same story. Brown trying to hold off that inside line. Tater Todd Wellborn trying to come right around by on the outside. Freaky Fast Color is going to slide up to the 1. Bicycle Shag going to slide back to the 2, 3. Wellborn, Brown, Roberts here, 1, 2, and 3. Single file down through the section right now. Wellborn stretching it out just a little bit. All the way back to me. A little bit more authority for Wellborn. Going to hold it down for another ace out of round number 2, followed up by Brown for another deuce. Roberts for another 3. 32, the motor number 7-year-old Experts got the Sheepdog Weston Shepherd, Elijah Holly, and the Hulk Kane Combs got Shepherd. Holmes and Holly, you're 1, 2, and 3 right now. The Bicycle Shack boys playing second fiddle to the Freaky Fast Racing Colors of Shepherd right now, trying to run him down through the section.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Holly all over the rear wheel of the Hulk, trying to find a way on by his teammate as we go in and out of turn number 3, but it's all Shepherd stretching it on out just a little bit, little peek over the shoulder. He said, I got a little bit of room to work with. We're all good. Little bobble on the manual. Shepherd for yet another ace. Going to go Combs for another 2 spot. Holly for another 3 out of 32. 33, the motor number 9-year-old Experts guy, Welty. Moorhead and Howard looks like. T-Bone and Clutch running 1 and 2 right now. Tristan Moorhead and Corbin Clutch Howard running 1 and 2. Welty back to the 3 spot. Oliver trying to find a way up into the mix. Here comes Howard on the 2 spot. Going to find a way on by. Clutch going to slide up to the 1 spot. T-Bone on back to the 2. Did a really good job recovering, keeping his speed. Gives Welty a little bit of a chance to try to make a way up to the 2 spot. Not quite enough. Going to go Howard and Moorhead transfer spots out of 33. 34, the motor number 10-year-old Experts got Kent and Penny sitting out front right now, followed by Harves and Dotson. Quad's trying to find her way into the main event. Harves playing all kinds of defense right now, trying to play spoiler, block a little bit onto wheels on the outside, looking in right now. It's all Ad Astor Colors sitting out front on this one. Ivan Kent wire to wire. Got Edge Racing Colors of Penny and Harves back to the 2-3 onto wheels, trying to find a way on up into the mix is Dotson. All the way back to me. Kent going to get a spot. Penny going to get a spot. And Harves going to hold on for that third and final spot out of 34. 35, the motor number 11-year-old Experts got Davidson Laredo Jr. and Deal. Tight racing out of these 3, much closer than round number 1. Got Davidson and Laredo running 1 and 2. The real Deal on back to the 3 spot, single file down through the section. Laredo Jr. trying to find a way on up into the mix, see if he can give Davidson a run in and out of turn number 3. Davidson going to pull on out just a little bit. Got about a bike length as we come down through the 4th straightaway. Stretch it out a little bit more. Grab another low point. Goes Davidson for the 1 spot. Laredo for the 2. Deal for the 3. 36, the motor 13-year-old Experts got the Nightmare, Liam Taylor, Patrick Couts, and Corbin Davidson. Looks like the Nightmare sitting out front right now, followed up by Couts and Davidson running 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, riders.
Single file down through the section. 2 riders going on out to the main event. What you see is what you get out of the top 2. Looks like Freaky Fast Colors and onto Wheels Colors running 1, 2 right now. Edge Racing trying to find a way on up into the mix. Here comes Couts around the inside line. Those are going to be your transfers. Going to go Couts and Taylor, 1 and 2 out of 36. 37, the motor number got 14 Expert, got Combs, Wiseman, and Ashley. I did get the names right. I want to make sure I got everybody right out of this one.
Attention.
Combs sitting on a 1 spot right now. Wiseman on a 2, playing much tighter down through the section. This time, Wise Guy trying to find a way on around. See what he's got. A little bit of airtime. Ashley right there on the 3 spot as well. Anybody's game right now as we come out of turn number 3. Combs trying to hold it on down. He's going to all the way back to the stripe. Going to go, believe that was Combs, Wiseman, Ashley. '38, the motor 16-year-old Experts got El Capitan, got Kennedy sitting out on the 1 spot right now. I was scared. I didn't want you to hit my hand. He saw me do it in round number 1. He saw me stick my hand out. He said, hey, this time. Got Kennedy and Stafford out on the 1, 2. Luptack on back to the 3. McKenna, why didn't they take it easy on you? Or you took it easy on them? That's right. Gotcha. That was Kennedy, Stafford, Luptack, you're 1, 2, and 3. 39, the motor number 26, 35-year-old Sketchford, Scott, Nash, Brown, Novotny. 3 spots up for grabs. All 3 going to go on out to the main event. A little airtime out of downtown Brown. Got Brown, Novotny, Nash. You're 1, 2, 3 right now as we go in and out of turn number 3. Throw some style, boys. There you go. Going to go downtown Brown getting a spot. Nick Novotny getting a spot along with Darren Nash getting a spot out of 39. That'll do it for round number 2, everybody. This is serious. Get to your spot. Get loud, ladies and gentlemen. We got money opens out here, racing for money these next couple of gate drops, 8 and under, 9 to 12, and 13 and over, all racing for some money on a Friday night. Get loud for them, y'all. Bam, gate is down. Motor number 3, 8 and under opens. Got slow-mo, Brody Dotson, Avery Franklin, and Baby Cake Austin Miller racing for $15 to the winner. Total points on this one. They've been doing it all night long. Miller sitting on 2 aces right now. Dotson on 2 twos. Franklin on the 3s. Down in and out of turn number 1. Still, Baby Cake Miller leading them down through the 2 straightaway, followed by Dotson and Franklin. They're running single file on this one. Miller got to finish on the top 2, and the money is his tonight. Dotson trying to do everything he can to play a little bit of spoiler. Only 3 riders, so instead of splitting it between 3 of them, all the money goes to the winner.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
All the way back at me, looking to have a perfect night and put a little money in his pocket. Going to triple his entry fees tonight. Austin Miller, $15 and your win, followed by Dotson and Franklin. Here's a big one, 9 to 12 open. God, no boom, Laredo Jr., Dotson, Davidson, Bailey, Velasquez, and Murray. Looks like Velasquez grabbing up a whole shot. Here comes Davidson, going to slide on over to the 1 spot. No boom, going to take them both out. He took the outside line from 3rd to 1st. God, no boom, Davidson. Laredo, Velasquez going to slide back on up to the 3 spot. Davidson, Juicebox took a little bit of a collision. Murray as well. They're going to both keep it up on 2 wheels. Davidson trying to stick as close as he can. Laredo all over the back wheel. Going to come out of turn number 3. Looks like Noboom going to try to get the win. $32.50, followed up by $19.50 for Davidson on the 2 spot. $13 in the pocket of Velasquez on the 3.
Attention.
Once again, $32.50 to Bash Noboom. $19.50 to Xavier Davidson. $13 to Cody Velasquez. Good racing, boys. Bam, 13 and over opens, guys. Swoboda, Bradshaw, Kennedy, Swoboda, Madden, Tolfree, and Combs. $20 to the winner, 12 to 2nd, 8 to 3rd. Pretty good shot out of Kennedy and Madden. Looks like Tolfree and Swoboda on back to the 3-4. Single file down through the 2 straightaway. Still got Kennedy, Madden, Tolfree. Swoboda out on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here comes Combs on back to the 5. Madden doing everything in the book to try to get on by the captain. Here comes Tolfree trying to get a 2-for-1 special in and out of turn number 3. Not quite enough for 1, but he moved on up to 2. Swoboda now trying to find a way on by for the 3 spot all the way back home. He's going to make a stick. Going to go Kennedy for the 1, Tolfree for the 2. Spike Swoboda for the 3. Kennedy, $20.
Okay, riders,
Amir, $12. Justin Swoboda, $8 out of 6.
watch the gate.
7 is the moto number, guys. 17 to 20 women cruisers. Case and Murray back up to staging. Case and Murray head back on up to staging. 7 is the moto number. 17 to 20-year-old women cruisers. Gabby Welch, Avery Franklin, Queen Gina Abernathy, and McKenna Leptak. Looks like Leptak and Abernathy out on the 1, 2, followed up by Welch and Franklin. Still in and out of turn number 3. Looks like Luptak and Abernathy out on the 1, 2. Welch holding out of that 3rd and final podium spot. Franklin on back to the 4.
Ready, watch the gate.
Not racing for money anymore, but he's still got something to race for all the way back home. Luptak going to grab a pretty dominant win on a Friday night. Abernathy on back to the 2. Welch for the 3. Out 7. 8 is the motor number. 9-year-old cruisers, guys. Shepard, Holt, and Shepard. Smiley Kylie up front right now, followed up by the bullet-headed Braden Holt and Weston Shepard on back to the 3. Not total points on this one. What you see is what you get. They've been doing it all night long. Still got Smiley Kylie out front, followed up by the bullethead trying to find a way on by. He's got the outside hip pocket on lock, trying to find a way on sneak on by Smiley Kylie. But she's been out front and on a roll all night long. A little bit of a charge out of Braden. Not quite enough. Going to go Smiley Kylie for the 1 spot. Braden Holt for the 2. Weston Shepard for the 3 out of 8. 9 is the motor number, guy. Boom, Hawthorne, Murray, and Duvall in that order as we go in and out of turn 2. Still Bash No Boom doing it for the Ad Astra crew out of Olathe, Kansas, sitting out front on this one, followed up by EJ Hawthorne doing it for the Freaky Fast, followed up by On Two Wheels Koza, racing Case and Murray, Big Mac Duvall. Here comes Hawthorne, got that inside line on lock. He's going to move on up to the 1 spot. No Boom got a little bit of work to do. Got a drag race all the way back to the stripe. He just did the impossible. He beat Bash on the second half of the track. Going to go Hawthorne, No Boom, and Murray. You're 1, 2, and 3. Good racing, gentlemen. 10 is the motor number 13-year-old cruisers guy, Benjamin Fetch, Colin Hughes, and Cody Velasquez. Looks like Hughes, Velasquez, and Fetch, you're 1, 2, and 3 right now as we go in and out of turn number 2, down through the 3 straightaway. A little airtime out of Hughes, Velasquez, trying to reel him in a little bit closer, but Hughes is stretching it on out as we go in and out of turn number 3, all the way back to the stripe. What you see is what you get on this one. It's as they cross all the way back home. Going to go Hughes for the 1 spot, Velasquez for the 2, Fetch for the 3. Turning the page on over to 11 is the motor number 17 to 20-year-old cruisers, guys. Boboda, Stafford, Harris. Looks like Brody Stafford followed by the Golden Peddler. Harris spikes Boboda on back to the 3 spot. Man, what happened? Man.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start.
On back home, looks like Stafford going to get the 1 spot. Golden Peddler Harris on back for the 3. Boboda going to come on back for the 4. Do a little bit, 3. I'm sorry, do a little math on that one. Looks like Stafford going to end up with the overall 1 spot for the overall 2. Golden Peddler Harris for the 3. 12 is now the motor number 4650 Cruisers got Abernathy, Brown, and Hughes. The showdown continues. Looks like Abernathy got the better of him this time. Little bop. Here comes Brown on the inside line. Little break. Don't want to rub any elbows, but they're side by side, just about going down through the 3 straightaway, tied up in points. Whoever crosses better is going to come home with the win. Corey Brown trying every trick in the book. Lost a little momentum on the carve. Not quite going to have enough. Coming all the way back home. Going to go Abernathy for the overall 1 spot. Brown for the overall 2. Hughes for the overall 3.
Okay, riders, random start.
You guys better get loud for this one.
Ready, watch the gate.
Bam, gate is down 13, and 14 is the motor number 5 and under novice. Got Milan Gutierrez, Matthias Tierney, that's a smiling at Cooper Thornton, Maggie Welch, Zoe Holly, and Lincoln Rao. Looks like a pretty good shot. I believe that might be Rao leading a minute out of turn 1. Looks like Rao, Welch, and Thorson, you're 1, 2, and 3, followed by Adi Smilinich on back to the 4 spot. Oh, that is the case right now. Lincoln Rao trying to run away. He's got a whole lot of Welch right in the rearview mirror. Tight race now to these top 2. New Rider trying to move on up into the 4 spot. Smilinich still holding on tight to the 4. Cooper Thornton back to the 3 spot. Looks like Matthias Tierney back to the 5 spot. Zoe Holly back to the 6. Milan back to the 7. In and out of turn number 3. Welch trying to move up to the 2 spot. Oh, no. Cooper's going to move on up to the 2. A little tire rubbing out of those 2. Maggie going to try to get him back as we come back down through the 4 straightaway. Still, Lincoln Rao going to go wire grab up a win on this one. Going to go Rao, Thorson, Welch, Smiling at your 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by Tierney rounding out the top 5. 15 is the motor number 7-year-old novice guy, Jack Murphy, Abraham Hudson, Edwin Welch, Elliott Fast, Edit Bailey, Katie Johnson, and Braxton Rao. Pretty good shot. Believe that's out of Johnson out of the middle of the pack. Welch on the outside trying to find a way on up. Looks like Rao going to slam the door shut on him. Looks like Katie Johnson, Braxton Rao, Edwin Welch, you're 1, 2, and 3. Here comes Bailey trying to move on up into the podium spots. Going to settle on back for the 4. Katie Johnson trying to hold off the whole wide world as we come out of turn number 2. 2 more straightaways to go. Still Johnson, Rao, Welch, Bailey, Murphy, and Hudson running 1 through 6. The top 3 starting to settle in just a little bit. Looks like Katie Johnson going to pull off a win on a Friday night out of the middle of the field. Heck of a gate. Held it all the way back home. Going to go Katie Johnson for the 1 spot. Braxton Rao for the 2. Edwin Welch for the 3. Braxton trying to make it 2 for 2 for Rao kids on the night. Not quite enough. 16 is the motor number, 8-year-old novice guy, Vivian the Vibe Deal. Got Henry Osborne along with Remy Robinson. Pretty good shot. Vivian Deal looks like we added a layer between round 2 and the main event. Robinson on back to the 2 spot. Osborne back to the 3. Vivian, your helmet's buckled, right? Yep, everybody, please come up the same chute regardless of if you think your motor number changed. Stage in the exact same chute for the exact same motor number you staged up for round 1 and 2. Speaking of, got a battle brewing here. Deal holding on to the 1 spot. Here comes Robinson coming on by for the 1 as we go in and out of turn number 3. Osborne's still on back to the 4 spot, but we got a battle brewing right here. Deal trying to find a way back on by side. Looks like Remy Robinson going to hold on for a 1 spot on a Friday. Vivi the Vibe on back for the 2 spot. Osborne for the 3 out of 16. 17 is the motor number, 10-year-old novice guy, Roman Pavan, Emma Smilinich, and Colleen Welch. Looks like Smilinich, Pavan, and Welch, you're 1, 2, 3 as we come in and out of turn number 2 straight away. Emma Smilinich leading them down through the section for Edge Racing right now, followed by Roman Pavan. Pretty good bounce back in round number 2 after a spill in round number 1. Holding on to the 2 spot right now. Beanie Welch back to the 3. Not total points. What you see is what you get. But even if it was total points, Smilinich been out front all night long. Going to grab up your 1 spot is Emma Smilinich, followed up by Pavan and Colleen Welch. 18 is the motor number, 11-year-old novice guy, Lando Eulery, Hank Oakfer, and the Hunter, Winston Rogers. Looks like Rogers and Eulery out on the 1-2 right now, followed up by Oakfer on back to the 3 spot. Lando trying every trick in the book to get on by as we go down through the section right now. The Hunter pulling that inside line, playing some defense as we go out of turn number 3 all the way back home. See what Eulery's got for him. Not quite enough. Going to go Rogers, Eulery, and Oak for your 1, 2, and 3. 18. 19, the motor number, 13-year-old novice guy, Skylar Visnich, Dill Pickle Harris, Riley King, Henry Jepson, and Liam Henderson. Looks like Visnich out front right now, followed up by Riley King and Dill Pickle Harris. Visnich trying to hold off the whole wide world. King trying to take over the 1 spot on a Friday night, trying to move on up into the intermediate class, see if she can get on by. Visnich playing some defense, trying to keep it from happening right now all the way back home. One more jump to go. King's right there. Going to go Skylar Visnich for the 1 spot. Riley King for the 2. The golden pedal. Dill Pickle Harris for the 3 spot. 20 is the motor number out of 15. Novice got King, Henry Campbell, Tyler Malone, and Blake Laney. Got a pretty good shot out of Laney, but it's all King, Henry Campbell in and out of turn number 1. Been out front in round 1. Been out front in round 2. Sitting out front once again in round number 3. A little bit of points as well as we go in and out of turn number 2. Lost one over there on the second straightaway. Checked on out. It's all King Henry as we go in and out of turn number 3 all the way back home. This one is total points. Going to tally up some numbers. Campbell sitting out of the 1 spot all 3 rounds. Going to come home with the overall 1 spot. Laney going to get the overall 2.
Attention.
All right.
Okay, riders. Random
I didn't have to
start.
tell anybody to cheer. Really good job getting loud, everybody. Tyler took a heck of a hit over there, getting him checked out, looked out for. 21 out on track right now is the moto number 6-year-old intermediates. Got Piper Harves, Kasem Hall, and Baby Cake Austin Miller. Miller had a pretty good night to this point, sitting out on ones in the open class and class. Piper Harves trying to move on up to the 2 spot now. Harves and Hall going to go side by side down through the 2 straightaway. Still Miller sitting out front right now, as he's been doing all night long. Did he just sit down? You're racing, dude. Still down through the 3 straightaway. Got Miller, Hall, Harves, your 1, 2, and 3 as they've been doing all night long. Total points racing on this one.
Watch the gate.
Looking like it's going to be pretty much as they cross here. Miller going to come on back for the overall 1 spot. Kasem Hall going to get the overall 2. And Princess Piper Harves going to get the overall 3 spot out of 21. 22 is the motor number 7-year-old intermediates. Got Jackson Smilinich, Seth Daly, and Nacho Eulery. Got Smilinich, Eulery, and Daly out on your 1, 2, 3 right now. Smilinich been a heck of a day to this point for Smilinich.
Okay, riders.
Down through the 3 straightaway, still Smilinich, Eulery, Daly out running 1, 2, and 3. Daly been really good on this back half of the track. See if he can make anything happen. Slide on up into a position for a 2 spot. Him and Eulery are tied up on points, I believe, as we come down through the 4th straightaway. Smilinich going to come on home for the 1 spot. Daly going to come on by and grab up the overall 2. Smilinich, your overall 1 spot. Seth Daly, the overall 2. Eulery, your overall 3. 23, the motor number 9-year-old intermediates. Got Shepard, Campbell, Surratt, Rourke, Hall, Hodges, and Unerstall. Looks like Smiley, Kylie Shepard, Zacconi, Fetty Hall, and Wildman, Waylon Rourke out running 1, 2, and 3 right now, followed up by Surratt and Hodges running out the top 5. Unerstall and Lockman, Lightning, Campbell back to the 6, 7. Oh, it's all Smiley, Kylie, wire to wire on this one right now. Fetty Hall's close. The Wildman's close. Not close enough. Going to go Shepard for the 1 spot. Hall for the 2. Rourke for the 3 out of 23.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
24, the moto number 10-year-old intermediates. Got Nokasi Belcher, Big Mac Duval, Trenton Team Money Stewart. Got Big Mac Duval sitting out front right now. Pretty good shot as we go in and out of turn number 1. This one is not total points. What you see is what you get. Going to go Duval. Looks like Noak Belcher got that inside line right now. Team Money fighting real hard to try to get around him on the outside as we go in and out of turn number 2. Outside line for Team Money. Not quite going to work. He's going to try to get down 3 straight away.
Okay, riders.
Racing out front right now.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Purple heart colors of Big Mac. Here comes Team Money trying to move on up to the 2 spot. Really good technique. That corner not quite enough to move up to the 2 spot. Once again, not total points on this one. What you see is what you get. Going to go Duval, Belcher, 1, 2, and 3. Once again, Paul Belcher and Stewart. 25, the motor number 11-year-old intermediates. Got Chase Mode Curley, JoJo Biondi, and Brady Holeshot Barker. Barker had the Chase Mode Curley going to slide on up in the program to the 1 spot. These 2 are tied up in points as we come all the way back home. Holeshot Barker had the whole shot. Curley took it right back. One more corner to decide things. Barker setting up the high-low. Might not have enough momentum. We're going to see what he's got all the way back down to the stripe. Not quite enough for Chase Mode today. Going to go Curley, Barker, Biondi, 1, 2, and 3. 6, the motor number 12-year-old intermediates. Got Hunter Conklin, Tucker Robinson, and London Johnson. Tucker Robinson leading him down through the 2 straightaway right now. Coming out of Raymore, Missouri. Been out front all day long. Hunter Conklin and London Johnson playing second fiddle, 2, 3. Second fiddle and third fiddle, I guess I could say. Down through the section right now still. Robinson, Conklin, Johnson, 1, 2, and 3. Trying to shake things up a little bit, but they're single file as we go in and out of the 3rd final corner all the way back home. That's how it's going to go all the way back to me. Tucker Robinson going to get the 1 spot. Hunter Conklin going to get the 2. London Johnson for the 3 out of motor number 26. 27, the motor number 13-year-old intermediates. Got Fetch, Smilinich, Skaggs, Johnson, Odell, and Welch. Got Smilinich and Johnson out running 1 and 2 right now, followed up by Odell, Welch, and Fetch. Single file through the section. Kyle Smilinich got the whole wide world coming after him as we go in and out of turn number 3. Welch and Odell trying to pull on up to the podium spots. Odell holding on for that final podium spot right now. But it's all KJ Smilinich for the 1 spot on Friday, followed up by Johnson, Odell, and Welch, your top 4. 28, the motor number 14-year-old intermediate. Kohler, the Golden Peddler, Dakota Harris, and Mark Schlotzauer. Got in and out of turn number 1 still. The Golden Peddler Harris out front on this one, followed up by Kohler and Schlotzauer on the 2-3 single file as they've been most of the day. Tight race. They've been running
Attention.
pretty similar for the entire day at this point. Looks like the Golden Fettler trying to etch in his third ace of the day and a perfect Friday night. 3 more jumps to go all the way back to me. Looks like he's going to knock it in. Looks like Harris coming on back for the 1 spot. Schlotzhauer coming on by for the 2 and the overall 3. Kohler going to get the overall 2 spot with a 3rd place finish out of 28. And the moto number 16-year-old intermediate, Scott Velasquez, and the smooth operator of Wise. Looks like Kyle Velasquez sitting out front right now. Once again, another guy. He's got 2 aces on the night, trying to make it a perfect 3. Cheese Dust Paboda back to the 2 spot. Been there most of the night, along with the smooth operator of Wise. Single file racing down through the section right now.
Ready, watch the gate.
Back to me. Little style points out of Velasquez all the way back home. Going to get a perfect night in the overall 1 spot. Cheese Dust going to come back home for the 2. Wise for the 3 out of 29. Third moto number 41 to 45 intermediates got Lars Jepsen, Thomas Robinson, and Grant Bradshaw. Looks like Bradshaw, Robinson, and Jepsen out running 1, 2, and 3 right now. Single file as we go in and out of the second corner. Grant Bradshaw leading them down through the section for the Bicycle Shack crew out of City, Missouri.
Attention.
Missouri.
Okay, riders.
Missouri.
Random start. Riders.
Robinson pulling up close here as we come in and out of turn number 3. Got a drag race coming all the way back to the stripe. Not total points. What you see is what you get. Going to go Bradshaw, Robinson, and Jepsen. You're 1, 2, and 3. 31 is the motor number. 12-year-old expert got Tatum Todd Wellborn, Fly Rye Brown, and Mackenzie Roberts. This is the ladies expert class. Once again, Fly Rye got the whole shot trying to hold off Wellborn as we come down through the 2 straightaway. Wellborn got to finish in the top 2 spots, and it looks like she's good. Overall ace tonight doesn't stop her from wanting to get on up to the 1 spot in all 3 rounds. Brown going to do everything she can to hold her off. Here comes the white line charge out of Wellborn. Brown going to got to play a little defense. She's got enough through turn number 3. Maybe not. White line action from Wellborn going to shut the door. Run away once again for 3 aces on the night. Wellborn with the overall 1 spot. Brown for the overall 2. Roberts for the overall 3 out of 31. 32, the motor number 7-year-old expert guy, the sheepdog Shepherd, Elijah Holly, and the Holt Combs looks like Shepherd. Holly, Combs running 1, 2, and 3 right now down through the 2 straightaway. Got math to do right here. Shepherd been out front all night long. Holly trying to mix things up just a little bit with Combs. Here comes the fight back from the Nag 13 around the outside. They're going to go side by side. Holly going to hold his ground nice and tight as we go into turn number 3. Holly going to hold on for the 2 spot, probably looking at an overall 3. He's going to fight him back anyways, all the way back to the line. Looks like Freaky Fast Color is going to go wire to wire all 3 rounds. Shepherd for the overall 1 spot. Combs going to come on by for the 2. Holly for the 3. 33, the motor number 9-year-old experts got Juicebox, Arrow Bailey, Jackson Bowie, and T-Bone Tristan Moorhead, along with Corbin Clutch Howard. Looks like the freight train sitting out front right now, followed up by the Freaky Fast trifecta, Juicebox, T-Bone, and Clutch. In and out of turn number 3. Bowie going to run it nice and tight, white line to white line as we come out of that 3rd and final corner all the way back to the stripe. A perfect night for Bowie once again. Going to come on back for the ace. Going to go Bowie, Bailey, and Howard, your 3. Pretty good shot out of Hawthorne as we go in and out of turn number 1 in the 10 expert class. 34 is the motor number. Got Murray, Kent, Hawthorne, Harves, Penny, and Noteboom. Looks like Hawthorne, Noteboom, Murray, Harves. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes Kent trying to find a way on by along with Penny. Noteboom in a pretty familiar spot. Going to try to find a way on by as we go in and out of turn number 2 down through the section. Hawthorne playing some defense. Noteboom going to try to set up a last straight charge. That inside line out of Hawthorne leaves him a little bit vulnerable down through the last straightaway. Kent going to move on up to the 4 spot all the way back home. Hawthorne trying to hold him off. Looks like Noteboom, Hawthorne, Murray, along with Kent rounding out the top 4. Wow, wow, wow. I will say, Edric gives him a better fight down the whole track than a lot of people do. He's pretty good at it. 35, the motor number 11-year-old experts got Xavier Davidson, Hector Laredo Jr., and the real Cooper Deal. Laredo making a little bit of action happen. He's going to move on up to the 1 spot down through the 2 straightaway. Looks like Laredo, Davidson, Deal. You're 1, 2, and 3. Davidson on the low points right now. Laredo trying to prove a point, get a moto win right here. Here comes Davidson on the outside line. They're going to be side by side down through the 3 straightaway. Davidson going to try to move on over. Laredo going to stick to that white inside line. He's going to play a little defense. Got that inside line. He's going to come back out in turn number 1 as we come down through the he's got the 1 spot back to the stripe. Davidson going to shut it on down, take his overall. Laredo going to get the 1 in the overall 2nd. Davidson going to get the overall 1 spot. The real Deal for the overall 3. 36, the motor number, the Nightmare Taylor, Colin Hughes, Patrick Couts, Hurricane Campbell. This is 36, 13-year-old experts. Got the Hurricane sitting out front right now, followed up by Hughes, Couts, and the Nightmare Taylor. In and out of turn number 3, the Hurricane trying to hold off a charge. Here comes a Storm from Hughes as we come all the way back down through the 4th straightaway. Hughes trying to find a way on by all the way back to the stripe. Not quite enough. Going to go Campbell, Hughes, Couts here 1, 2, and 3 out of 36. 37, the motor number 14-year-old experts got Cash Money Combs, Gerald the Wise Guy Wiseman, and Jamison Ashley. Total points racing on this one. They've been doing it all night long. Here comes the Wise Guy trying to find a way on by. 2 1s for Combs so far. Wise Guy trying to prove a point. We're sitting on
Attention.
1 1, 2 2, 3 3 for these riders as we go down in and out of that third and final corner. A little style out of the Wise Guy trying to find a way on by. Maybe he'll tuck it on back for a little bit of style points. Here comes Ashley up into the mix as well. All the way back home, going to go Combs, Wiseman, and Ashley, you're 1 3. 38, the motor number, El Capitan sitting out front right now. Looks like Jasper Kennedy for the Bicycle Shack crew, followed up by Brody Stafford, McKenna Luptack running 1, 2, and 3. Single file action in and out of the second corner. NAC 15 right sitting out front right now, followed up by the 6 of Stafford for the Freaky Fast crew, and 110 Nutrition Colors of Luptack. That's your top 3 as we go all the way back down to the stripe. Tied up in points, going to make this one easy. Going to go Kennedy, Stafford, Luptack, your 1, 2, 3. 9, the motor number, 26, 35-year-old experts got Nash, Brown, Novotny, Tolfree, and Madden. Madden got the whole shot. Tolfree around the outside. Just heard somebody's bars move going down in and out of turn number 2. Madden going to hold him off. Tolfree got a charge coming as we come down through the section. Looks like Nash running back on the 3 spot. Downtown Brown, Novotny rounding out the 4-5. But it's all eyes up front right now. Onto wheels out on the 1-2. Here comes Tolfree. Here comes Madden. Madden, a little bit of a charge down the 4 straightaway. Tolfree going to sneak on by. Looks like Tolfree, Madden, Nash, you're 1, 2, and 3. How about that, y'all? All right, that'll do it. Friday night race.